Hi everybody, how you doing? My name is LAWRENCEman, this is LAWRENCEcanDRAW, and today Acer have dropped a bombshell. They have had a launch event online, and yeah, it looked very cool. I saw this image right here online and I knew something was cooking, so I reached out to a couple of my contacts, had a word or two, and yes, there was something indeed being launched for us digital creatives. And yeah, that's the kind of idea that image gives you, but you can't be 100% sure what's going on. So yes, there's something coming for us creatives. But they won't say exactly what it was. I couldn't get sneak peeks, couldn't find out any specs, any pictures, nothing. I was just told to watch the live event today. I did. I thought there might be a device coming. Maybe two at best. Turns out Acer launched a whole new brand called Concept D. Now, Acer already have a brand called Predator. This brand, it turns out they said today, didn't know this previously, you might know, especially if you watched today's event. Predator is the #1 gaming brand in America. I didn't know that. They make a healthy profit with the Predator brand. And they have a few facts about gaming brands linked with creative brands. And that's one of the reasons why they're launching into the creative market, helping folks like me and folks like you with this new range of devices. Now I've got the video here that I screen grabbed from the new launch event. I'm only going to play you the section that talks about the new Concept D brand and all the devices. And I'll do a commentary with that, obviously, telling you my thoughts and feelings about the range of devices. I'm gonna quickly, we'll just take a look here at the new devices. Rather than me just making you wait, here are the new devices, so you don't have to watch the whole video, and I'm not going to tease you in that way, as a lot of YouTubers would do. So here are the new devices. There's a load of them. It's not just one or two as I was hoping for, but yeah, there you go. So you've got 2-in-1s, you've got laptops. All these are pen and touch enabled, and you've got towers as well. Now I used Mac for 20 years, MacBook Pros, towers, G4s, G5s, the stupid see-through ones, which looks awful looking back. And when I saw this nice Concept D500 with wood finish in white, and my studio is white, yeah, I thought that would look beautiful, but obviously I'd want the more powerful Concept D900, which, dual Xeon processors. Sign me up for that. I wonder if it does come in white. Well, interesting. The fact they're doing monitors as well now, and they do lovely gaming monitors apparently. So yes, and a VR headset as well. I am moving more into VR, doing some talks with a company about that at the moment. So yeah, interesting. So moving on from this and moving back to the video. Yes, let's jump into the actual event, look more at the specs of these, and let's listen to Acer Concept D being shown off. Go. Not dancing. Remember, that's this picture here, right here, is the one that I kind of saw, and that's what tipped me off about. It's got to be something for us as creatives. Let me know what you think in the comments below about all of this, by the way. Does this make you feel excited that another brand is joining us on board, for new creative devices? That us, again, as digital painters, digital artists, illustrators, videographers, animators, sound designers, they were all being targeted by these big manufacturers for devices. You know, let me know what you think in the comments below.
Gaming business. In fact, we built up $1 billion, more than $1 billion business in 3 years. And I can tell you, anything beyond $1 billion is a big business. And we are very happy to see that. But in our observation, in our research, we found about 50% are gaming PC users. They also use the PC to do productivity work. And even more, about 15% people, 15% are gaming PC users. They actually never use a computer to do any games. And therefore, we start to observe and start to think very hard. There is something that is untapped needs, that people will need the performance, but they have no choice but to use gaming computers. And that's where and how we get to where we are today, about to launch a new brand. For that, I would invite the CEO of IF Design, Rob Wickman, to join me on the stage.
See, now that is very interesting, and in a video that I made a couple of weeks ago, I actually talked about building PCs and things like that. It was a little interview that I did while I was at an event, and we talked about the fact that creative PCs and gaming PCs were very, very similar, and it is true. And that's because the crossover is very, very large, and I mentioned that in that video. And that is the thing. A lot of you guys are gamers, and a lot of you guys, you know, design for games as well. And it's a big fundamental, but it's nice because this is the fact that Acer have obviously gone out there and done a lot of research as well. I mean, he's obviously not pulling these figures out of thin air. Jason here isn't obviously making this stuff up. This is obviously, you know, given the fact that Acer aren't just, you know, creating a couple of devices and throwing them out there to test the waters. They're making a whole new brand and shipping a whole batch of devices out there all at once. So they've obviously gone ahead and done a whole lot of research on this, which I'd love to see, by the way. But given how much research they must have done, then that crossover section must be very, very important to them. And after year one of this, if the sales figures are good, then that means that a lot of other companies are going to be following suit with this. I mean, yeah. Companies are going to be following suit left, right and centre if this goes well for Acer and their Concept D brand. Let's carry on.
Rob, welcome back, Rob.
Thank you very much, Jason. Pleasure to be here.
Every time I see you, you look younger.
You're not fishing for compliments, aren't you?
So, I remember last time when we invite you to talk about our design, I remember you make a very important comment. I listened very carefully. You said, Acer product won a lot of awards, but still very much in function and feature level. This time, it will be different.
Well, in some way, last time when we talked about design, it was a little bit more about power and performance, was about accessibility and reliability. It was about usability and simplicity. But as we all know, if we want to reach out to professional creatives, it needs a little bit more.
There have to be more.
Yeah, you have to reach out a little bit to their emotions. You have
Emotions. Are we emotional? I think actually when it comes to reaching out to us, as opposed to gamers, let's say, I think I don't know if we are emotional compared to gamers. I think gamers are probably more emotional than us. I would have assumed. I mean, we're not the ones who want flashing lights. I don't know. I think gamers want gamer. I would have assumed. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, they've obviously tested the waters on this, so they're the ones who've done the research. I would have thought that creatives are the ones who want hard specs, especially creative professionals. But I mean, it depends how he's talking in terms of what he's talking about in terms of reaching out. Is he talking about the device itself, or is he talking about how he deals with us in terms of marketing? If he's talking about marketing, then yes, we might want more emotional connection, because the gaming side of it, they might want more hard specs than we do.
Have to
The
integrate,
emotion.
have to integrate human factors in some way. You need a sustainable approach, and of course you need a strong trust in a brand.
A lifestyle
It
approach.
is in some way lifestyle, and these creators are always really very critical in some way, but of course very reliable and very solid in whenever you can convince them.
Now that's what he's on about. He's on about, and I did a video about this a few days ago. Brand loyalty. It's funny because I asked about that, and in the comments, mostly it came back, and you guys said no to brand loyalty. You preferred the device over the brand. And I think that's the way it is, which is why we're seeing people leave Apple in large numbers now. You know, that's why Microsoft Surface had a massive, did really well. And people, creatives especially, are leaving Apple. But the kind of people who are buying Apple, especially the laptops, those kind of devices, aren't creatives. There might be designers. I don't know why I did that. There might be designers, but they're typically college students. They're people with money to burn who aren't really, I wouldn't class as creatives. I see a lot of people writing spreadsheets on MacBooks, or MacBook Airs or things like that, but I don't see many real creatives, out and out creatives, illustrators, animators, using them these days. And if I do, it's kind of it's hipsters. I'm just going to say it. I'm just going to be out there with it. It's hipsters. I've had this beard for 20 years now. I'm not a hipster. And I've had to stop wearing plaid shirts, which I liked, because hipsters took those. But yeah, in terms of brand identities, brand loyalties, I think a lot of people have lost that. I think a lot of people have shed that off and shaken that off because they're more interested, and that's because of the economy. When economies start to fail, when economies start to break down, when money starts to get tight, it's the first thing that gets left behind is brand loyalty. But if a company carries on treating customers well and it carries on making good devices, a good brand still makes money.
They will be very, very long time clients and partners.
I agree with you. We will have to be detailed. We will have to be human oriented. We have to make sure that we know what we are doing.
No doubt. So if you can create something for the creatives, this is maybe the biggest challenge of all in some way. But as I know, you're going to introduce a really thrilling approach of how you want to address their emotions in future.
The new brand that will be able to provide creator the real creator device.
Everything I saw so far looks very challenging.
Thank you very much, Ralph.
Pleasure.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Concept D.
Get ready for strangeness. That's a little warning here. I had no idea what Concept D was when I saw this, and even afterwards. Yeah.
Allow me to explain the new brand that we are introducing, Concept D. We are talking about a new lifestyle. And for that, I would like to invite one of my old friends, the guru of brand, Michael Perkin, to join me on the stage. Michael, how are you doing?
I'm good. Hey, Jason.
Michael, how are you doing recently?
Recently, I'm just warming up. I've been freezing all morning, Jason. Here in this,
Finally, we got a heater up.
I know. I'm actually. You're warming me up. Your energy is warming me up. I'm doing just fine, thank you. I'm the CEO of Q. Q is a.
Tell people a little bit about Q.
Yeah, Q is essentially a pioneer this century for the role of creativity in major problem solving. We feel very strongly as a
So creativity to solve problems.
Exactly, sort of bringing out the design thinking in people so that we don't allow the management consultancies to tackle all the big problems of the redesign of government and education systems and poverty. So it's a collective of remarkable companies that are coming together to do exactly that.
That sounds great.
Yes.
And this time we are.
I wasn't overly sure at this point what this was about. I mean, realistically, who was this fellow? What did Q have to do with any of this? Yeah. It didn't make. I couldn't find a connection in my mind to this, but let's carry on.
Creating a lifestyle brand. You are a group.
So this, yeah, that's where it got it. It was the brand
In
side of it.
Brand area. Any comments that you have?
Well, when you're building a brand, and it's interesting that you talk about building a brand and not just a product line. I mean, a brand is essentially a set of experiences and values. It's an ecosystem. It's a promise of those values.
The brand is a promise.
It's a promise, and it's a shortcut of communicating the values that people can expect, the things that they need and the things that they want. So it goes beyond just a range of products and services. It's a whole ecosystem and a way of thinking.
Does that mean that they're going to start having phones as well? I mean, that'd be interesting. I know Lenovo have Motorola, for instance, so does that mean, Acer are going to start bringing in a Concept D phone?
We totally agree with you. It's a promise
They should agree with me.
that deliver the value.
Yes, and I think as I've got to know Acer well over the years, it's one of the reasons why people love Acer is because in the 20th century it did more, I believe, than any other company for putting technology in the hands of people. It
Comment below.
was technology for the many, not for the few, and it did a remarkable job in empowering people. But when I've started to understand Concept D, it's taking that forward into the 21st century.
Let's come back to our basics.
It comes back to the basics. It's the whole mission of the company, which has always been to break down the barriers between people and technology. You're doing exactly that, but this time it's not just about putting products in the hands of people, it's empowering them to do a lot more, to live more fulfilled lives. And it's completely consistent with the way that Acer has always been as an organization, its ambition for humanity. And it's just the culmination of a whole number of things that I've witnessed Acer doing in the last few years, of which Project Humanity, looking at all the things that Acer does for society, essentially is connoted in the Acer brand. And I believe that what people are going to see here today with Concept D isn't just going to be a remarkable new line of products, it's going to elevate the whole dynamic that's existed, and why so many people are here today, that you've seen in the way that products are designed and introduced. It's a very, very dynamic,
It's a
exciting
brand
time.
and a brand of lifestyle.
Absolutely.
And it's a promise, it's a commitment, it's everything, and it's come back to the basic of Acer.
Exactly, which is why it will thrive and do even greater things for your company.
Thank you very much, Michael.
Thank you very much,
thank
Jason.
you.
Thank you.
To introduce Concept D, I would like to invite
See, that to me didn't actually say that much, and I know what he was driving at, but I don't think he needed it. I know he's basically trying to say that this is going to be the new driving force behind Acer that takes Acer forwards, and this is what Acer needs to become in general. You know, the fact that from his point of view, he approaches problems from a creative standpoint, so any device that works for creatives from a creative standpoint is the future. Yeah, I get that because I'm a creative and I worked in marketing and advertising for many, many years, so I'm a creative thinker and a creative problem solver myself. So obviously any machine targeted towards someone like me is a benefit, and that's what everybody should have, of course. Acer obviously made their money in the gaming industry, so for them, you know, both of these sectors are key and will always be key. You know, realistically speaking, I think that Acer will always focus and target their money where whatever drives them the strongest in terms of, you know, their shareholders and the market share for them is, which will most likely continue to be gaming, given the fact that they have gaming events of their own, they sponsor gaming events with Intel, etc, etc, and they're doing really well in that. They have some awesome devices specifically aimed at for gaming, you know, and they've developed those over years and years and years. But given the fact that this is what they're moving into now, if they continue to develop this and do it well, then we as a community, I'm sure we'll get behind them in a massive way. A lot of you guys, and you've commented this on my other videos, you know, you've told me what you're using. A lot of you guys are using brands like Surface, Dell, and so on and so on. And while I know that some of you do have kind of slight brand loyalties towards those companies, I'm sure they could easily be switched to a company like Acer and, you know, and their Concept D, if, you know, if it was made clear that Acer were really putting enough stock into this. And it, you know, so far from this, certainly looks like they are.
Angelica to join me on the stage. Angelica, thanks for coming.
Thank you. Jason, I'm thrilled to be here today. Concept D is a brand centered around creators and these 4 pillars: precision for high color accuracy, performance that is fast, dependable, and responsive, optimized cooling solutions for a quiet work experience, and a design that is timeless and functional.
So it's basically built on top of everything we already done. The performance, the thermal, the color, the display, everything that we do, and have to make it better, more detailed for creators and for developers.
That's right, it is truly an invitation to create. And let's talk about product.
Let's finally start to look at products. First product we would like to introduce is Concept D9.
Concept D9 is our first creator notebook, and we're going to be showing a lot today. And it's the ultimate in performance for 3D creations. And let's talk a little bit about its
Come with a
versatility.
pen to start with.
That's right. We have a lot of versatility with Concept D9. And as you can see, it comes with an integrated stylus Wacom pen, so you're able to create, sketch, annotate with great ease. Also, we have the easel arrow hinges. So this permits the display to be able to flip, rotate, extend, and this allows for multiple usage models. It's great.
Now, I wasn't expecting to see that, and I'm not sure what you guys are going to make of that hinge. Let me know in the comments below again. Yeah, I haven't used one of these hinges long term, so I'd be very interested in that. The device all round looks very interesting so far, and you might have seen the specs early on when I showed you all the devices. They were listed underneath. Yeah, it's one of those devices that I'd actually have to try just to see how stable it actually is on that hinge. I'm not adverse to it. I think it's very interesting. I think it's probably more usable, and I want you to remain open to that kind of idea as well, because the Surface Book that I have and the Surface Book 2 that I reviewed, for example, they are quite floppy. They're not that stable. The Surface Book, you have to release it and turn it around, and that takes time, and if you're using an application like Photoshop, well then you have to close down Photoshop to be able to take it off and then flip it, and that's no good. The ones that are the best are the ones that just completely fold over and allow you to do it. This is another way of approaching it. Do you know something? Without fully trying it out for like a couple of months, I don't know, this might actually be a better way of doing it. It might be more stable. So, a lot of people have certainly liked it, and manufacturers keep doing it, so it might be really nice. I know a couple of people have looked at it, and I've looked at it and kind of gone, not so sure about that hinge, but it might be really nice. I've heard some people who've really loved it. So I'm very open to the idea. That screen at the moment, I'm not sure if that's matte or gloss. I can see a reflection there of Jason's hand, but at the same time, there's so many lights there. I mean, realistically, there's a big screen behind him. So unless somebody says this is matte or this is gloss, I cannot say. I have screens here. You see them in videos and it looks like they're gloss and they're not, they're matte. So yeah, judging from that screen as it's paused right there, you could easily think that this is gloss and that could be matte. These are devices built for creatives, and if they've done as much research as I think they have, I'm hoping that that's a matte screen. I'll wait for confirmation.
For collaboration with team members, if you're presenting your work to a client, basically just let your imagination run wild. So this is great versatility that we've packed into Concept D9.
How does that compare with the regular computers that people have been using, either for the regular Apple computer or...
Look how big that is though. I mean, that is a big 2-in-1. Unless Unless both of them are tiny, tiny. You know, like down there tiny. That's a big device. That looks like a 17-inch or even bigger. I mean, that's huge. I'm liking the size of that device.
Gaming computer that people use in order to take advantage of the performance.
Performance. Well, no doubt that you'll have the ultimate in performance, CPU, GPU. But oftentimes, creators equate performance with noise. And thanks to our 4th generation Arrow...
I personally don't. A lot of you guys do. A lot of you guys, you know, tend to say something about how noisy a device is. I think, yeah, especially video guys and audio guys, yeah, they do. One device that I have in the studio here, I will say it's so noisy that when I'm video editing sometimes I have to pause because it gets so much fan noise that I can't hear the audio. As a consequence, I have never reviewed the device.
Thermal now kicks in on the noise level.
It's the protagonist with the creators. We have the 4th generation 3D Aeroblade fans, and with that, we've been able to bring down the noise to less than 40 decibels. So this is a great, quiet, and comfortable working experience.
Looks like gloss now, doesn't it?
But that is very different from gamers. Gamers, they enjoy in a noisy environment, but creators are totally different. They want quiet.
They want to concentrate on what they want to do best, and that is create. But
And
creation...
40 dB is about, you know, the noise level in the library. It's pretty
Exactly.
quiet.
Yes, it's very quiet. You don't want to be kicked out of a library or anything like that. So, also, for creators, color accuracy is key, and they require to be able to see the finest of details on our display. And Concept D9 offers just that. We have a 17-inch 4K ultra-high definition IPS display that is Pantone value.
If you're hearing bleeping, that's me actually talking to somebody from Acer. Yeah, at the same time, just trying to get some info.
Validated
Pantone validated.
and has a delta E less than 1.
Let's talk about delta E.
So delta E is the measurement of perceived color between two colors. The higher the number, the greater the perceived variation. Most people can detect a color variation at a delta E less than 3. But the most trained eye can see color variation down to a delta E less than 1.
That's professionals. We're talking about professionals.
And this is very important, especially if you're working with multiple inputs such as displays or cameras, or you're working across one project with many team members. You really need that color accuracy and that color to be exact throughout your entire work.
And no surprise. And this is one of our flagship system. In fact, we have done more than that.
That's right. We have a complete lineup of creator notebooks that you'll be able to see today. Concept D9 for high-end creations. Concept D7, thin and light, but powerful enough for video and real-time rendering. Concept D5 is the thinnest and the lightest of our creator notebooks.
So there is mobility, but all of them.
Are they all pen and touch? Are they all 2-in-1s? Do they all go back? Interesting.
Provides the performance, the colors, the displays that the creators want.
That's right. You'll see a common theme with our creator notebooks, and it's the high quality displays and the silent performance.
And in fact, we actually, before coming out with our product, we look at the details. Rough, we listen to you very carefully, the details, and therefore we do benchmark with the industry, how well we do versus what other people have been doing.
And why not? Why not compare yourself to the heavyweight in this segment? And we've done just that. We know for creators, the color accuracy is very important, and with the Delta E.
So,
you could see our Concept D9 outperforms Concept D7, Concept D5 as well. And on the noise front, we've kept them all under Well, for creators, the color accuracy is very.
Right, I'm just going to stop and have a look at this for a moment. So we've got the Delta E and the noise as well. Right, I don't know why they've held this up against the MacBook here. Do you remember what I said earlier about I personally don't view the MacBook as a creative professional device anymore. If anything, it's for hipsters and for yeah. I don't know. I suppose is it viewed as the standard for creatives? Comment below. I have my channel probably doesn't get many MacBook users in it. I don't post iPad videos. I think that's probably the main reason why I won't get many MacBook users. But I mean, realistically, at least I don't view it as the main creative device anymore. Mainly because probably I dumped my MacBook. But I mean, I was still a firm Mac fan when I started this channel a few years ago. Not that long ago. What was it? 2 years ago? 3 years ago when I dumped all my Apple stuff. But yeah, apparently according to this, the main competitor is Apple Mac. Oh, it's a depressing thought. But so yes, the Delta E is on form or lower than, a lot lower. The Concept. So the Concept D, I just assumed that all the screens were going to be the same, but no, the Concept D9 is the best screen. I think that one is the only screen that rotates, goes down. I think looking at this, the Concept D5 and the Concept D7, I don't think those screens are 2-in-1s. I think those are just laptops, just like the MacBook Pros. Noise level. That makes the MacBook Pro look incredibly noisy. I mean, I have my old MacBook Pro from 4 years ago, 5 years, 6 years ago. Yeah, it was ready for upgrade when I dumped it. Yeah, and they're all, they're all incredibly a lot quieter than the MacBook Pro. So that's absolutely great.
Very important.
Yeah.
And with the Delta E, you can see our Concept D9 outperforms Concept D7, Concept D5 as well. And on the noise front, we've kept them all under 40 decibels. So for sure, you're going to have a very quiet and comfortable working environment.
We are confident that we will be able to bid, and this is new bid competition. This is new standard for the industry.
Yes.
And next, we'd like to bring.
You see my studio, right? You know that I like white things. White desks, white tables, everything white. The legs on my chair are white. So
To the table to talk about the desktop.
I said we have a lot to show today, and we are.
Here we go.
Concept D500, the first of our creator desktops. It's perfect for design and modeling.
and it's very pretty too.
And it's powered by 9th generation Intel Core i9 processor and an NVIDIA Quadro RTX 4000. So you can quickly create and animate 3D designs and even visualize your work in real time with ray tracing. So this is great on the performance.
But there's one thing that I noticed is on the top, the wood design. What does that do?
We've paid a lot of attention to all the features and the design that goes into these products. And it's really cool. We have a lot of hidden features. You found it. We have the wireless charging.
This is wireless charging.
Yeah.
I do like that. I do like the wood. I do like the white plastic. I do like the front. I don't know if that's a cooling feature on the front. Yeah, I thought at first that was a metal panel on the top as well. But that just seems to be the plastic cover for the kind of USB ports and so on. But yeah, I think the wireless charging port is underneath the wood next to that.
Yes, And then we also have a headset cradle, so it really provides a lot of functionality on
Headset
top
cradle here.
of the performance. And creators also crave that user experience.
I won't be able to use that. I'd just be too worried about that snapping off. I'm sure it's perfectly fine. I'm just, you know.
And then with Concept D 500, we've also utilized our thermal expertise, and we've created an efficient cooling system that will also bring the noise level down to less than 40 decibels.
See, that's one of the things that's been irking me about using a desktop is how noisy it might be. So I like that.
Same, very quiet, very powerful, wonderful color.
Yes, and to
Yeah, white. All desktops should be available in white.
additionally, we're also working with industry software partners to ensure our systems are optimized to run different solutions. So, for example, Concept D 500 already has PTC certification, so this is great.
That's wonderful. But you know, this is beautiful, this is wonderful, but we have something even more powerful. Concept D 900. Let's look at it.
And that looks nice too. Yeah. That's what I need. Not too shabby, eh? An NVIDIA Quadro RTX 6000 GPU. 12 memory slots. I mean, you got bankrupt trying to fill this thing up. Yeah, a VESA certified display. So what, does that come with it? I just assumed it would be separate, but okay. If that comes with it, I'm not too sure. Oh, and one of the shade guards. They make me they take me back to being very old school. I remember when I first went to work in a design studio, you know, having those on monitors. But obviously back then monitors were like massive chunky monitors that were bigger that way than they were that way. And they all had these big clip-on, you know, shade guards like that. Ah, dear. And they were brilliant because they stopped anyone from looking at what was on your screen as well.
Concept D 900 is a powerhouse. Let's look at it.
Don't be intimidated. This is the powerhouse of our desktop lineup, and
Does it come in white?
it's perfect for simulation and rendering. Its top in its class performance is fueled by dual Intel Xeon Gold processors and an NVIDIA Quadro RTX.
And she said it's perfect for simulating and rendering. So, yeah, this is primarily built for rendering. Well, obviously, with all that memory and the graphics card. Yeah. I think for someone like me who does video, for any of you that do animation, serious animation, basically, if you use your graphics card rather heavily, this is the place to go.
6,000 professional graphics card. So this means creators will have significantly less downtime, and they'll be able to fly through projects like multiple complex 3D modeling, massive renderings, and VR simulation.
Oh yeah, you guys as well. Yeah, I forgot about beer and 3D. Sure you didn't.
So this will allow for more productivity.
Very, very powerful computing capability as well as huge storage and memory.
That's right. Memory and storage, they're critical for simulation and rendering. So you can quickly access data with up to 192 gigabytes of ECC memory and accommodate and secure large files with 60 terabytes of RAID-capable drives.
Terabyte we're talking about.
We're talking terabytes. So just with Concept D500, Concept D900 is also optimized for different software solutions, and it's also PTC certified. So you can believe we have awesome productivity and reliability with Concept D900.
Productivity, reliability. That's wonderful. Thank you, Angelica. And
I mean, just look at the specs there on the screen. Dual Intel Xeon Core processors, and they're the gold standard ones. Well, I mean, it's nice. The Nvidia Quadro 6000s, 192 gigs of RAM, 60 terabytes of storage. That's just internal storage, you know, and then you can hook something like a Durable up externally, so you can just dump off to your NAS or your DAS, you know, which is what I use. I have a DAS here, and I'm putting up a NAS drive as well, so I can back up to that external layer. I could even keep that off-site if I wanted to. Yeah. I mean, wow.
this is a powerhouse. It's a very powerful system. And for some people will use things like that in the future. Today, they are using our gaming PC. Allow me to introduce Mr. Chen from Digital Domain. Mr. Chen. Mr. Chen from Hollywood. How are you doing, Mr. Chen?
Thank you very much.
Can you talk a little bit about Digital Domain?
Yep. We're a global.
So this bit's nice because he's bringing in somebody from the actual creative sector, the professional creative industry. And I found this bit interesting because it's nice to see this is obviously somebody that they've been talking to for a while and somebody from our industry, and you know, these are the kind of insights that they've gotten along the way.
Visual effects studio, and we've been providing visual effects for movies for 25 years now.
25 years already. How many movies have you done?
We've done visual effects for 150 movies.
150 movies already.
Yeah, from some of them you may have seen, from Titanic, Fifth Element, to this year.
And you know what? Let's just look
Okay.
at them, all right? Let's look at
Where we
what
take
they
a look.
have done. Let's look at the video.
As much as I want to say let's look at the video, we'll just skip it.
Lots of creators.
Everything we do, we have painters, sculptors, animators, effects artists, and lighting.
How many creators totally within the company?
About 500.
500 creators.
And they're all using the highest performance machines to do their work.
I understand. We appreciate that use our predator system.
We do.
So you've got basically a lot of creatives all using gaming computers within the film industry to render that stuff that you quickly just saw me skip past. Yeah, there you go. And that's the kind of research that Acer have been doing. That's why they want to get into this industry, fully understandable, but they're not just bringing that stuff to the industry, they're bringing that stuff to the consumer market as well, and you will be able to take complete advantage of that. That's pretty cool, right?
We use the Predator systems in our digital human group, and we always looking for the highest performance, machines for pretty much whether it's CPUs, GPUs, and for machine learning or AI.
We appreciate that. The performance will be able to fit your requirement, but you know what? This time is even better. We
Right.
have the creator machine for creators.
And color accuracy is very important to us.
Color accuracy, we're talking about delta E, right?
Yeah, everything we see on our computer screens needs to represent what ends up on the cinema screen. So, and also if we're using a mobile workstation on set, has to be absolutely quiet.
That's wonderful. I listen very carefully what you say. We are doing it.
Thank you.
Yeah, so they are doing plenty and plenty of research, which is really nice. It makes perfect sense. And these are really interesting things to hear. I mean, this is the kind of pinnacle of the creative industry. Obviously, it's different for folks like me who work from a home studio, even though I'm a professional. It's different for other guys who are kind of, amateur artists or hobby artists or semi-professional artists. It's different from, people who are just having a bit of fun drawing. Everybody needs a different level of machine. I'm not doing massive rendering for a Hollywood film. That'd be, from my point of view, awful. Because it's not something I'm trained in. So it'd be scary. But it's nice to see that they are doing different levels of machines for different jobs.
Okay.
But very interesting that, people of all different areas are using gaming machines currently. I thought these guys would have been spec building their own machines.
This is a new chapter. Thank you very much, Mr. Tan. Thank you. Wonderful system have to come with wonderful display. Today, we'd like to introduce our monitor, our professional use monitor. Angelica, let's talk about our Concept D CP7.
So the perfect complement to a solid piece of hardware like Concept D500, Concept D900 is a high quality display. And for video and animation, Concept D CP7 offers 27-inch 4K ultra high definition IPS display.
And that's pretty good.
And this is also Pantone validated and offers a delta E less than 1.
See, the Pantone bit there is what actually gets me, because a lot of monitors, profess to be really good, and everybody goes on about how, is it 99% RGB or one thing or another, but you can get a lot of really good monitors. The fact that it's Pantone recommended, graded, whatever, means that it actually is a good monitor. I come from a print background, which means that, I'm used to using these things, Pantone reference guides. Printers basically have these, and you as a creative, as designer, have these, and it means that when I look through this, I use the Pantone reference number and I type this number in. Photoshop has palettes of these, and I use that colour, and then the printer has that, particular tubs of this colour. It's better if you do it in Illustrator or InDesign rather than Photoshop there. But yeah, I use this colour, the printer uses this colour, and then it comes out the exact colour printed on here. There's no way it can mess up, unless the printer messes up, or I mess it up. But yes, it means you get an exact colour match. If the monitor is properly calibrated as well, then it means that I am seeing that exact match. If it's a crappy monitor, you're not seeing what's in here, what that colour is. So, but if they've got good monitors that are Pantone matched, then brilliant. It means they are professional monitors.
So this is going to be color accurate, a wide color gamut. And speaking about video and animation, we also have G-Sync Ultimate Technology, and we have a display HDR 1000. So this basically means that your colors will have cinematic colors. You'll be able to see contrast. It'll be a beautiful viewing experience.
And another area very important will be frame rate.
That's right. We have the added bonus of a high frame rate. So you'll be able to see your objects and special effects without any ghosting, and you ensure a smooth and realistic playback. So Concept D CP7, it's the first 4K monitor to combine a wide color gamut, superb color accuracy, and a high refresh rate.
So that's interesting. High refresh rate. Yeah, I haven't got too much to say about this actually, but it does sound like they're paying particular attention to the monitors. Again, they are known for good gaming monitors. A lot of people, have really said good things about their Predator gear. So the one thing, I've never been a big gamer. I've never been big on the fact that people go over the top when it comes to like the look and feel of all the gaming stuff. It can be a bit neon party for my liking, but that's not to say there's anything, that's not to say there's anything too wrong with it if you want to do that, that is. There you go. Bit of a neon party now. If you want to go ahead and do all that, that's fine. And the gaming brands love to do all of that. I'm not overly big on it, though I will enjoy it from time to time. It's nice to see Acer kind of giving us all of that tech, but without the massive bling bling. Especially on the monitor side as well.
That sounds great. But we also have the CM7.
That's right. We have another monitor too. It is for print and graphic designers.
Again, that monitor looks huge, just like the Concept. What was it called? The D9, the laptop. That monitor there looks big.
Who need a larger viewing space and exceptional brightness and contrast.
So this is 27 and CM7 will be 32.
32 inches 4K IPS display, perfect for multitasking.
Multitasking, multi-screens.
Multitasking, multi-screens, you have easy access to all your software toolbars, and it offers a wide color gamut with 99% Adobe RGB, a Delta E less than 1, meaning again, we have a wide color range and best in color accuracy.
And one of the reasons why be able to do such a good job in color is the backlight. Let's talk a little bit about the backlight.
Its key features is 1,152 mini LED local dimming zone.
So again, this looks really good, and hopefully, we won't see any of those problems where sometimes around the screen you get a little, glowing around the edge of the screen that you sometimes see on cheap monitors. I've got some nice big screens in the studio, and because they're decent quality drawing tablets, I never have a problem with cheap monitors. I don't actually own any monitors. All of my screens are drawing tablets. Really weird, but yeah, true. I have been thinking about buying an actual monitor, but have been putting it off because finding a good quality professional monitor meant for professional creatives. You need something that is actually you know, has that good quality color, is corrected properly, has a gamut that's, you know, true, nice contrasts, everything, and doesn't cost about £2,000. You know, well, it's tricky. Takes a while.
Each of these zones can be independently set so that very bright and very dark shades can be displayed simultaneously. So if you're looking for superior image contrast and you want to see very specific details to stand out, this is the product for you. It's ideal for print and graphic design. And again, it's the first tailor-made 4K monitor for graphic professionals, and we're featuring precise color accuracy, a wide color gamut, and highly detailed local
That's
dimming.
wonderful. And we also understand for professional developers, creators, they need more than just monitors.
Let me know what monitor you're using in the comments below. I know a lot of you guys these days are just using 2-in-1s and laptops. I know a lot of you have used the same monitor for years and years and years, or a lot of you are just using drawing tablets. Somebody asked me the other day, is it okay to use a drawing tablet as your main monitor? You know, I've been using my drawing tablet as my main monitor for years, and yeah, I think that's absolutely fine. I did think about getting a lovely like 40-inch monitor, slapping it on my wall and having that as kind of a big secondary monitor, you know, because it'd be like over there on my wall, so it wouldn't be my primary monitor, but it'd be like an awesome secondary monitor, and have my kind of 32-inch drawing tablet as my primary monitor. Like mind-blowingly a different setup, because my wall is actually about 4 feet away. My desk doesn't butt up onto my wall, but yeah, I thought that'd be an awesome setup. You know, I did think I could use an old TV, but then I thought it'd be better to have a real good monitor, but like a super big one. But again, that's stupid money. Or is it?
To round out our visual experience is our virtual reality and our mixed reality headset.
Now this makes me excited. This makes me excited because VR and MR and AR, virtual reality, mixed reality, and my brain's gone numb. Yeah, AR. They all excite me a lot. Augmented reality. I think this is going to be a big space for us as digital artists. I've already made some videos on this, and you know, if you just search on my channel for VR, but I'm going to make a lot more of these videos. I'm talking with a company. I've talked with a few companies before. I'm going to talk to more companies, I'm sure, about, you know, working in VR for digital artists. You know, I feel there's a big scope there, and I think it's going to be even bigger in the future. So hang with me. But yeah, it's nice to see this is especially a part of it now.
And we've been collaborating with many software partners to ensure our devices are optimized with.
So Autodesk, yeah, and the Dassault systems, we know all about those kind of things. But yes, the Concept D thing. Is it 2 headsets or 1 headset?
The latest software tool sets for VR experiences. And some examples are Autodesk VRED Professional and PiSquare with Star VR1. PiSquare is really neat. I mean, they've created a powerful tool that allows creators to build in Maya with real-time staging in Unreal Engine, making Concept D PCs combined with Star VR the best solution for animators and game developers. And on Concept D Oho, we've also partnered with Dassault, which
Dassault is for engineering.
absolutely, it's very, very important, very powerful.
Thank you very much. So we have the display, both on monitor as well as the HMD for VR.
That's right, and we have a complete lineup.
But we want to see more of that VR. I was hoping that we'd see like a load of that today.
Of creator products that you'll be able to see today. As you saw, we have laptops, workstations, displays, virtual realities for.
See, we see a little picture of it there. It's tiny, tiny. It's called the Concept D Ojo, but we don't get to see any more of it. Bit of a shame, bit of a shame. But there's the lineup. So you've got the Concept D500, the Concept D900, which are the two desktops. You've got the Concept D9, which is the kind of 2-in-1 laptop there. That looks very, very cool. And the Concept D5, Concept D7, which are the two what look like laptops. I don't know if they fold all the way over though. The Concept D Ojo and the Star VR1. Which I think we've seen before though, the Star VR one. The Concept D CM7 and the Concept D CP7, which are the two monitors, and they look very, very cool as well. So nice to see two professional monitors coming out of the range as well. So straight off the bat we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Concept D devices. Very, very cool. Don't mind those at all. I think they've done a great job giving us some new devices there.
2D, 3D creators, designers, animators, engineers, so much more. And Jason, this is just the beginning of our journey.
Thank you very much, Angelica. As Angelica said, what we show you today, a full product line of Concept D, is just the beginning. We are turning a new chapter for creativity. Ladies and gentlemen, this is pretty much what we have today. We appreciate your time, your attention. Hope you enjoy our session today. And we'll see you next time in Berlin. Thank you very much. See you.
So yeah, that's it. Yeah, I was kind of gobsmacked. They really dropped the bomb. So Acer, what are you going to show us next? This stuff all looks absolutely great. I mean, realistically, where can they go from here? What is there really? We'll just have to wait and see what happens. There's some really nice stuff. It all looks really good. There's not a lot to see going on the website yet. I'll zoom into here so we can have a look through these pictures. There we go. So there's the top of the Concept D900. That's obviously just an on button. There's the Concept D500, so you can see the bit on top again. It was all shiny before in the video. You couldn't see it. I thought there was a plastic bit on top. Maybe there was, but I don't think there was. I think it was just reflective. And that, I think, where's my mouse pointer? I'll use my mouse pointer. There, I think, is where you charge your phone. There's a stand for one of the monitors. Looks nice with the wood. There's one of the monitors with those shades on. It's just so the sun can't hit it. Right, so there's the Concept D9, which I think is kind of really, really interesting. It's the Predator basically with pen and touch and that kind of very interesting hinge. You can see the kind of Predator design on the back there. It does look nice. It looks really nice. And the Concept D7 and 5s. Yeah. So the Concept, none of these are actual pages. They just let you have a little bit of a look. But on the Concept D7 and 5, you can actually go into them. The Concept D Ojo, there is a picture of it, so you can see, you can have a little look. So that's an augmented mixed reality headset. Yeah, looks fairly simple, but it's nice and stylized. Yeah. And there's nothing really to say about that. So let's have a look at one of the few pages that we can go inside. There we go. I don't know why I'm doing this with my touch screen. I should be doing this with my mouse. So 15-inch screen, 4K. I'm not pointing out anything that they haven't already said. 100% RGB, Pantone validated, Delta E2, i7 GeForce RTX 2080, 32 gigs of RAM, 1 terabyte. Yeah, but I can see there. Whoa. Excuse me. And see there, that corner, the hinge doesn't allow this thing to fold over. And nowhere have I seen a picture of anyone using a pen with this. It does have good speakers there apparently. Yeah, see right here they would have had a picture of somebody using a pen with it. It's a shame they didn't make this pen and touch enabled. Personally, I would have made the perfect canvas. I really don't like people using the word canvas when it's not a canvas device. When it's not a pen enabled. Alright, I'll tell you what, let's go back. Yeah. See, there's only two on this page that say learn more. Right. Okay. Right. So here is the 15. So this one's hinge is different, but it still can't go all the way back. Yeah. See, this one hasn't got the back bit on the hinge. You know, there's no bit there, but yep, still can't go all the way back. Hipsters everywhere. That's why I don't get my beard long anymore. Would have been nice to have seen all of these pen enabled. But I think this is obviously supposed to be their MacBook Air and the other one's supposed to be their MacBook. And then the Concept D9 is like their Surface Book. And then they've got their two towers. Yeah, I think that's it. Alright, so there we go, and we're well over an hour now. So I'm going to leave it at that. It all looks pretty good to me. Hopefully you've enjoyed it too, and hopefully that's either answered some questions for you, spread some light, or just informed you about something you knew nothing about yourself. Yeah, so let me know what you think in the comments below. Have yourself a wonderful day, and remember, stay creative and be creative. Until next time, have a wonderful, wonderful day. I'll see you later. Can't wait to see what you think of what Acer have done here with Concept D. And let me know what you think the D stands for. Personally, I think it might stand for design. But yeah, time to get creative with a little wordplay. I'll see you all later. As I said, have a wonderful day.